What's going on, everybody? Go Italy. What a great end. That was such a cheeky PK. Chicken gang, what's up, Chicken Little? DEC, I don't even know what that coin is. We might be able to look at it later. What's up, dude? What's up, Spaniardo, Maxim? What's up, Cody? Guys, I remembered to turn on the music this time to start, so that's good. How do I set weekly ranges automatically? Do you mean Monday's range? I don't use weekly ranges very much. But you can just go to a weekly chart, pull out a fib tool, and like your magnet, put it on the high and the low, and then there you go. That's it. Pretty simple. Viva Italia. What's up, Carlos? What's up, Louis? Or Louis? Italy or England in the final? I got Denmark, baby. I would love to see Denmark win. I think that would be pretty incredible. But realistically, I think Italy takes it home. Yeah, shout out to Bybit. We'll do that little bit as usual shortly. Gonna give people a little bit of time to get in, and then we'll get started. I'm used to watching your vids at 2x speed, so when I watch a live stream, you sound like you're drunk and slurring. That's funny. I understand where you're coming from, though. I always listen to like podcasts and stuff, sped up. And so if I ever watch anything live or like listen to it without changing the setting first, I'm like, oh my gosh, they talk so slow. Anything but England. That would be dope, but probably not with Ericsson. I didn't think they were going to get this far without Ericsson. They've got some fight. They've got some spirit. What's up, Drip Bro, DS, Bondo? What's up, Liam? It's coming home. We'll see. Seems like I have Bybit supervisors. No, it's just people who want to help me not forget. Bybit's pretty chill, to be honest. I don't even know if they watch the streams. They just want to see if people sign up, and if people are signing up, then we're good. I'll watch the stream tomorrow morning. Have a good one, Kaz. You too, Goldbird. Right now on Bybit, if you do not KYC, you can withdraw 2 BTC daily, which is a much higher limit than most exchanges. Like FTX is just 9,000 a day with level 1, so 2 BTC is pretty solid. And if you do whatever their levels of KYC are, then I think it's like 50 BTC and then 100 BTC daily. So right now, Bybit's pretty convenient because being able to withdraw 2 BTC without doing any KYC is better than most. Alvaro, Spanish here. I'm sorry to hear about your guys' loss. Yeah, the Spaniardo is obviously Spanish as well. But hey, without losing, the winning wouldn't be as sweet. So, like, the pain from losing is why the joy from winning is so good. What's up, Kaz? Excited for more range-bound madness? Yeah, that pretty much feels like what we're moving towards. News articles today that it's changing in the next 2 weeks. I don't have any like information that no one else does. But here, let's see what it says. Send me one of those articles. Or send me what you've been seeing. Because here's what I just pulled up, right? So I just Googled Bybit KYC. It says Bybit to introduce stricter customer identification procedures next week. And all it says is, in order to withdraw more than 2, users will undergo facial recognition, share identity, take out more than 50, they'll have to show proof of address. So, starting July 12th. So, if you're just withdrawing 2 a day, you should be fine. But as new things come out, I'll continue to update you guys. But for now, I mean, I'm pretty sure 2 BTC on a daily basis is the best in the industry. So, I know Delta Exchange is kind of a new one that's popping up. And I think they have $10,000 a day. Yeah, that's per day. So if you have, I mean, it can still slow you down a little if you have 50 BTC on there or 100 BTC on there, and it'll take a few weeks. But yeah, you can still withdraw 2 BTC a day without doing like proof of residency, passport, things like that. If anything new comes up though, Richard, we can talk about it and look at it. I mean, I just looked up this one article, so if there's other information, I'm sure we can figure it out later. All right, you guys ready to get started? We gave people enough time to get in here. Give me just 1 second. Okay. Let's do it. Welcome everybody to another episode of Kicking It with Cause. I should probably put in the description that we actually start talking about trading about 10 minutes in. If you're new here, thanks for checking it out. If you're a regular, thanks for being here consistently. As always, these streams are brought to you by Bybit. Thanks to them, I can put out this content completely for free for you guys on a regular basis. If you enjoy the content, feel free to check them out by clicking on the link in the description, making an account, and as always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about Bybit, and I would be happy to help out. With that out of the way, let's jump into some analysis. So we're getting a little bit of volatility right now for Bitcoin. If I watched Kaz's risk management video on not holding all my stack on one exchange and I still had 50 BTC, The Milky Bars are on me. Show your hand if you're yeah, let's get it. We can get a sentiment check in the chat. If you guys want to do that. If you're bullish, bearish, flat. Right now, I am mostly flat. I tweeted that I was long, 2 days ago, and I bought in here. And I was able to sell here just a little bit above break even. I mean, like 0.2R or something like that less, because my stop was down there. So I initially thought this was going to be a quicker trade where I could just at least get it up to here and then close it, but it dumped down more. I had to exercise some major patience and sit through this dump and then this chop, and then I was able to just close it on the pump. I just wanted to get out of that position. So all I really have now is a swing long from this area. Actually, no. I think I closed that one. I have a swing long from this area with a stop at this low that I still am just holding on a different account and letting it ride. But we don't really need to talk about that because it doesn't need much updating, and we want to talk about more the intra-week stuff, the things that we can try and make some money from throughout this week. So Monday's high is basically the weekly open. I think there is a very, very low chance that we don't get back up here sometime this week. Like, I am quite confident that we see, that we see above 35K sometime this week. When I say we're having volatility, how do I measure that? I mean, I just kind of saw it move $100 quickly, so it wasn't like a soup. I wasn't being very calculated when I said that specifically. I apologize for the poor word choice, because in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really move much. So I do think that there's a very good chance that we get back up to this 35, 36 range sometime this week. But I'm not too comfortable being in longs quite yet. Ideally, we would take out some of these lows before. I mean, if we do, it gives us a really nice long opportunity. If we don't, then it is what it is, and I don't want to mess around too much in the middle of this Monday's range, if that makes sense. So for me to get really long and feel pretty bullish, I would want to do something like this, where we just sweep, where we take out everyone who's gotten long anywhere in here. If you got long anywhere in here, your stop loss is probably at one of these three spots. I know that because if I got long in here, my stop would be at one of those two spots. If I got long here, my stop would be right there. And if I got long here, my stop would probably be there, maybe even there. But that's not common, I don't think. So if you just think about where people would have their stop loss, it can help you figure out where liquidity is. On the other hand, if we start pushing right now, I would need to see us get above the monthly open to actually look for longs. So this is kind of the area of interest, long or short, because I do think it's possible we push up here and kind of sweep this and break down. In that case, I would look to short. But if we get a nice move, break above this, consolidate or hold it, then I would look for some longs. But right now, I don't want to mess around too much in the middle here. Breaking those lows is hella bearish, not a long opportunity. I disagree. I disagree. Because we're just in a range. When you're in a range, price just wants to move from liquidity to liquidity. In the same way that breaking above this high and this high, when we did this, wasn't hella bullish. It was just a ranging environment. So people who trade just market structure in a range are going to get chopped up because they're going to be like, oh, we just broke this low, bearish market structure, and then, oh, we just broke this high, bullish market structure. But we're simply in a range. I don't think you need to overthink it. Price goes from liquidity to liquidity. We swept this high right here, pulled back, took this high right here, pulled back. I think we need to take some lows to fuel a run up. You need to stop people out to get fuel for the other direction. Can I trade the 15-minute chart? I wouldn't. You can do whatever you want, but this is ugly. This is really ugly. So I'm letting Bitcoin do its thing in this area. Whatever happens, happens. And I don't want to step in until I see price action around this level or this level. Right? If we want a liquidity hunt, wouldn't a move to the upside be the next logical way? I mean, it depends what time frame you're talking about. Like, this was a stop run, and we've pulled back from it, and it kind of looks like this is going to keep pulling back until either we form a like lower time frame range and then take the low, or go to one of these levels that we already have. That's the way I look at it. What's up, Angle? Hey, Kaz, can you explain why stopping people out converts into fuel for the other direction? So, if you think about it, people with a lot of money can't just market enter in like whenever. Like, let's say I wanted to fill 30 mil of longs. I'm not just gonna punch the 30 mil long buy button right here, because I'll probably get a bunch of slippage. There just aren't enough sells right here, and these are hypothetical numbers. It could be more or less, whatever. We're just talking hypothetically. It's hard to just hit market and get filled for your whole position where you want to. And also, you'll pay a lot in fees. You'll have slippage, things like that. So you need to think about, well, where are orders in the other direction? And let's say someone got long in this area. So let's say they're long here, their stop loss is there, they're targeting this. This means that they have a market sell order right here. Okay? So let's say a bunch of people are in this setup, and they all have their market sell order at 33,130. And if I'm looking to get filled on $50 million of longs on BTC perp, or on a perpetual futures contract, I could layer my orders within here, knowing that if a bunch of people have their stop loss here, there's going to be a lot of market sells right in this area. When you have a market order, you pay the fee, and then it would just wick down into this area, fill all my orders. I don't have to pay any fees or anything like that. I get filled, and then we push the market back the other way from there. And that works exactly the same at these levels. So let's say everyone has their stop loss here. A bunch of market sell orders would trigger when that price gets hit, And then people who trade with a ton of volume and need a lot of orders in the order book to get filled could have their limits right under here, and all those stop losses just sell right into the limits and push price the other way. And the same works in the other direction. So if a bunch of people shorted and have their stop loss here, when they get stopped out, it's going to be a market buy order, which would fill sell limit orders. And so a spike up, trigger all those market sells, then some of the big boys with all their limit orders get filled there, push it the other way. So that's kind of the theory behind it, if you will. So if it goes above 35K, how do I decide if I want a long or short? It just comes down to the price action when it happens. Like if price is showing strength and we get some nice impulsive moves above here and then start consolidating and maybe sweep a low or something like that, that would be a nice long trigger. But if it looks weak and we just spike up here and then immediately get rejected back down, then I would be looking for a short. But basically, I have these regions where I'm interested in trading, and I'll set alerts, and then I'll wait for price to get there, and then when it gets there, I pay attention and see what I need to do, basically. What's up, Democryptus? All right, so that's kind of the plan with Bitcoin. Not like a lot of intraday stuff to do. I mean, this price action right here has just been super ugly. So it's like, go enjoy your life. Go outside, watch some football, whatever. This hasn't been super clean. I mean, it was a nice reaction from the monthly open, but other than that, we're just like pump, consolidate, dump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, dump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump. You know, like it's been a little ugly. So I haven't been focused, or I haven't really taken any trades here. I mean, other than this one, but that was before I saw how ugly this was, and then closed it here. And now I'm just waiting. So that's the one. That was the one caveat. From a higher time frame perspective, I still think eventually we get this push to 42K, maybe even higher, around 45K, but I don't think we need to talk about that too much right now. From a daily perspective, you can see the volatility has been dwindling down a little bit, just based on these candles here being a lot smaller than the ones in this area, I guess, for the past week or so, like since June 28th till July 6th. This area has had a lot less volatility than this area. So it just seems like we're kind of dwindling down, consolidating for a bit before the next move in whatever direction. It kind of looks like we're forming some kind of a triangle right here, and maybe we'll get a wick fake out or vice versa, something like that. Right? I don't know what's gonna happen, but all we can do is plan for multiple scenarios and then go from there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. Alts have started to show some strength. It's actually been good to see alts pumping a little bit here and there. Ethereum's been having a good day. ETH BTC has been following our plan pretty well from the last stream. Essentially, actually, I don't know how many streams ago it was, but we were looking for a push up to this level. We took out this low, well, just barely, but still. And then we've rallied since then. Once we get up here though, so pretty soon, I kind of expect Bitcoin to show some strength again. But alts have made a nice run, and I do think there will be some nice opportunities on alts soon. So I think soon we'll start talking about alts more on the stream. For instance, FTT, really good day, up like 12%. If we can get above this 29 level, then I'm looking for longs up to these two levels, which would be a really nice rally. And if you catch a nice swing trade there, it's like a 50% move. So a few other alts are starting to show some strength. Aave has been really strong, but this daily candle is kind of whack. I think we do have a nice range somewhere in here, I would say. Something like that. So we'll see. I'm not ready to like pull the trigger or anything on this, but we could be getting something like this before more upside. I also think, where is it? AVAX. I think this lower time frame range looks pretty good from a really high time frame perspective. We took out these lows right here, and now I would be expecting a bit of a relief rally. Could we be getting our like big rally that kind of tests the range highs across the board? Yes, but I'm not quite confident enough to say that yet. And I still need to see a little more. Like I said with Aave, these daily candles are looking a bit ugly, but I'm gonna be paying attention when if this pulls back to around 12 to look for some possible longs. So a lot of alts pumped a lot. Like comp just went stupid, 150% since June 26th. So that's pretty crazy. So it's good to start seeing some volatility in alts. And this just took out the range highs. So that looks pretty good. I might actually, I don't know, kind of want to short this, but I'm going to be a little patient right now and just wait. But it kind of looks like take out range lows, take out range highs. I would expect this to go back to like 350 now, but we'll see. If it does go back to 350, I think that'd be a nice buying opportunity there. So the volatility is good to see in alts. Also, this level is daily support that held nicely. I actually took a short here, and I got stopped out. But it was a nice sweep into daily resistance and mid-range resistance, and I was kind of expecting something like this and then go up to the range high. Didn't work out though. I got stopped. But yeah, good to see volatility, and I think it's soon going to be time to start paying attention to alts a little bit more again. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to look at. Dot's kind of just consolidating in this range. Linear pumped a bunch. Link's having a pretty good day. Wow. Why didn't I check this? Are you kidding me? Look at that. Oops. This played out great. I assume I said we want to take out some of this inefficiency, get back above it. Too bad I didn't trade it. But a pretty solid day there. Rune is looking pretty good. Still obviously far from these levels. but up 12% on the day. So to summarize, alts had a pretty strong day across the board, and now it's kind of like, let's see if they can flip some of these key resistance levels, or let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback into some key supports, or to see if these levels hold as support. So maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, we get like a range day or a dip, then we could look for some more longs. So I'm thinking probably the Thursday stream, we could talk about a bunch of possible long scenarios. Right now, I'm kind of looking for some plans, but look at Elon's tweet. This is what Elon tweeted. What does this mirror do, Professor? It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts. Nice. Serum also looking good. Let me see. Wow, that's old. Haven't looked at a bunch of these alts in so long. I mean, reclaimed this low nicely, which is good. I guess it's getting kind of close to, I would probably say this is an important level, give or take. So yeah, alts are in an interesting spot. And if we can start flipping some of those levels or get some nice pullbacks on some of these DeFi coins, then I think we can start playing some more altcoins. Amazing charting, lol. Thanks. I don't know if that's sarcastic or not. Hi, Kaz, just dropping in. I'm curious, are you a full-time trader? Because I noticed that's quite the mental drain to have besides a job. How do you cope with that? Would be awesome to do a thread on that. Trading is my main source of income, but I also work a part-time job for a family business, mostly just to help out, and it's kind of nice to have a bit more of a schedule with that. If it wasn't a family business, I wouldn't do it, but because it is, I feel like it's still worth it, and it's kind of nice to do something. So I guess trading isn't my only source of income, but it's the main one. Let's look at Sol. Have I ever tried dark theme? Yes. I don't like it. So this is a pretty key SR level on Sol, this like 35.5. So I've been waiting for this for a long time. Sol has literally done nothing for this whole period of time. So either would like to see us get above that or take out some of these lows, and then we'll look for some setups on it. So Sol is still on my radar, but just haven't gotten a trigger for it, which like shouldn't be much of a surprise because it's just chopping around in this range. So not sarcastic, the charting is good and clean, much nicer than all the noise some traders have. I appreciate that, bro. What type of business? I do portfolio research. Yeah, it is interesting that alts are pushing a little bit with Bitcoin looking kind of weak, looking kind of flaccid. And in the past, when we've seen alts rally and Bitcoin struggle, it's kind of been bearish. I mean, it's been like a bounce for alts before things sell off, but it doesn't always happen that way. So I'm not I'm not coming to any full-blown conclusions from that. Ethereum, we haven't really talked about this yet. We looked at ETH BTC, but haven't talked about Ethereum. Ethereum still has so many of these untapped highs that I would love to see us take out. This is June's monthly open there. And this month, oh, it looks like we just got above the monthly open, which is good. To step in the right, that actually looks pretty good. That looks nice. Ethereum is like trading right at Monday's high, while Bitcoin is still so far away from it. So that's an interesting market dynamic, but that just shows that that ETH BTC has bounced nicely, but it's coming up to resistance, so maybe that switches soon. A little too early to tell. So I still think, also look how interesting it is that we have an SR level that we're interested in, and then the monthly open is right there. I'm going to delete this because they're basically exactly the same, but it's just interesting to me how things kind of line up like that a lot of the time. Yeah, blue line's monthly open. Yeah, so Ethereum's a little tricky because this kind of does look like a long here. But I mean, I don't really have a specific trigger here that it's given me. But Bitcoin's just looking funky. Like I think it'll be really good to see another couple days of price action before we can really start doing more trades this week. A lot of stuff looks like it's forming these little triangles. And I'm always looking for fake outs when it comes to those. I mean, I think a nice scenario here is a pullback into the origin of this pump and then push from there. I'd be interested in longing something like that. But yeah, overall, I would love to see ETH make a move up to this like $3,000 region, take out all these highs. I don't know when exactly it's going to happen, but we are leaning bullish. And if Bitcoin does end up coming down and take out some of these levels, I think Ethereum will likely do the same. At least take out this low at 2160-ish. And depending on if ETH BTC drops with it, or if it doesn't, then we'll have our eyes on this level right here. All right. Kind of looks like we have a 4-hour breaker in here right now. If we clean this up a little, it looks like we swept this low, stopped out anyone who bought this pump because their stop was probably around this low. And then we have this 4-hour level right here that's being respected pretty well. So if Bitcoin doesn't die, I don't think this is a very bad setup at all. But we'll see. I'm not sure. Love your streams, Cause. Thank you for your efforts from New Zealand. Appreciate that, Jamie. Which books or papers do I recommend? There are none. I didn't read any trading books or anything like that. I think you kind of need to learn by doing and by charting less than reading. How long did it take to make significant income? Since I started learning. Lucian says previous stream cost said 12 months before positive trading consistent outcomes. I would say it was around 12 to 16 months before I was profitable, but I wouldn't say that I was like making a ton of money right when I became profitable. It's not like you go from making nothing to making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I would say after about 3 years, the size of my wins became quite a bit more significant. 3.5 or so. But I guess it kind of depends like what significant income is to you and how much capital you're working with. If you're trading with $1 million and significant income is 50,000, then it's like, all right, you could probably like making 5% isn't insane. But if you're trading with $100,000 and significant income is 50,000, then making 50% on that money is a little more difficult, if that makes sense. So there are some variables. But yeah, Ethereum doesn't look bad here as long as it can hold above like 2250. And even if it dips below that, like I wouldn't be comfortable with a stop at 2250 because I think you'd be stopping right into support here, and it might do something like that. But Ethereum doesn't look bad. Like for how weird Bitcoin looks, Ethereum doesn't look bad. I would just be cautious right now. I would just be a little cautious. Sushi. Oh, what's this level? Yeah, so this kind of looks similar to FTT to me. We have this level right here, which I'll draw straight now. That if we flip that level, I'd be pretty bullish on it. Same thing with sushi, but it's this 950 level, give or take. Get above that, and I think this will be looking pretty good. But also, so like the breakout scenario, whatever you want to call it, would be that. But I also think there's a nice like pullback scenario in here that if we do something like this, you could long that as well. So, and this is how a lot of alts look. This is how a lot of alts look right now. They put in a nice move, but they're up against resistance. And now like if you caught this move, great. If you didn't, I don't think right now is the time to buy. And I think now you kind of need to wait a day or 2 days to see if all these alts are going to give us a pullback entry, or if they're going to keep pushing, flip a key resistance level, and then give us an entry after that. Does that make sense? How much screen time did you spend when you started learning how to trade? I would probably say I was around 6 hours a day, maybe. I was in school, so I had to go to class and stuff, but I usually just had my charts open while I was in class, to be honest. So maybe a little more than that, but not like fully focused for that entire time. I wouldn't be cautious, I would be cautious. That's a good play on words. Yes, Hex has been bullish. All Hex supporters really love Hex. It's been good. Hex has been bullish. I think Hex is bullish from more of a fundamental perspective, and this setup from a technical analysis perspective, I wouldn't really buy it right here. Looks to me we got something like this. Like that. Or maybe even like this. That actually looks kind of clean. Let's see if Hex can break out above this range. Hex is an interesting thing. It's like a crypto certificate of deposit, right? It sounds interesting, but I don't know if you already missed the meat of the move, right? I mean, since the beginning of the year, or we don't even need to do that long, since the beginning of May, it's up like 500%. So yeah, if you're in it early, great. If not, then I don't know what you do here. And also, it's only on like Uniswap, so I wouldn't really trade this. Do I have a course? No, just my streams and a few educational videos that I should do more of. Have you got any tips in developing a system? Journal. Journaling will help you get a bunch of data and help you learn faster. Do I ever check liquidation levels to gauge how strong running a stop would move things? Not really. What's up, Sunjuice? This kind of looks good. So I think Thursday we'll have a lot more like actionable ideas. Right now it's more, well, we kind of just need to be patient and wait and see, which isn't necessarily ideal, but it is what it is. So I think on Thursday I'll have more actionable setups. For now, I would say the main ideas are: one, watch for alts to see if they pull back or if they flip resistance levels that they're up against. I would pay attention to Bitcoin when it gets around 35 to mid 35K, or if it comes down to any of these levels. I would strongly recommend against trading in here because you're probably just going to get chopped up and end up losing money. And for Ethereum, I think it does look good here. I'm not telling you to go out and long Ethereum right now, but I think it looks better than Bitcoin at least. And I think it looks like it wants to push up a bit more. So I'll continue to monitor this. Like you could long it here. Something like what I drew a little earlier. Probably even have your stop there. Targeting something like this. I don't know if it's going to play out. We're targeting these highs a little more conservative for 2.7R. But it doesn't look bad. Did I use a stop loss around 31K and still hold them? I still am in my spot buys. Yes. So we sold some spot at 40K that we bought in this like 32, 33K range. Sold that up here. And then rebought spot around here. And I'm still holding all of that. And I'll continue to hold all that right now. Like if it does this, it might get to where I'm break even on my spot, but then I still think the next big move will be to the high 30s, low 40K. Yeah, it is risky longing here with BTC's current state. That's why I'm saying I'm not longing it, but it looks better than BTC. So, like I said, areas of interest are marked for Bitcoin. Don't trade the chop and just lose your bankroll. It's all about surviving. And with alts, they're finally showing some life. It's time to pay attention. Things are starting to get interesting after being slow for a little bit. Don't you use RSI, momentum, volume profile, or other indicators? No, not really. Courses, look at Rexproof, CryptoCred, ICT, and CosVids. Yeah, if you're looking for free material, there's a bunch of it out there. And a lot of people are doing these free live streams now that are sponsored by exchanges. And if you're looking for paid groups, I think Rexproof does an incredible job in his paid group. I think he has a very lengthy wait list, but he's a phenomenal trader. I hang out in that group quite a bit. And I think The Haven does a good job as well. They have a really strong team of traders in there. Where do I journal? I mostly use Excel, but you can also do it with Discord. I've used that before too, and it works out pretty well. I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. I know this was a little bit different of a stream because I didn't have as many plans set, or like I don't have as many plans right now, but we kind of just need to wait and see what the market gives us. I don't want to tell you guys trade setups that I don't think have a high strike rate and then people just watch this stream and then go lose money. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make money. We're trying to survive for the long run. This is a long game, and it's all about capital preservation. So sometimes we just got to be patient, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. Wrecked proof is wrecked. Don't shill him just because he's your friend. I have watched him trade an account from... He literally trades an account publicly in his group that I don't see anyone else do. And if I scroll all the way to the back, started with 1 Bitcoin in January of 2020. So it's been about a year and a half. And it is sitting at $188,480. Up 419% in Bitcoin terms and up 2,270% in USD. So, I don't think he is wrecked at all. Actually, I know he isn't. And he's more transparent than anyone else that I really see trade. He tells everyone in his group the exact position size he's using, where his stop loss is, and trades things more transparently and publicly than any other paid group leader that I have seen. So, Alpha Shark, that's a pretty lazy take. What do I think about Eric Cho? He's a scammer. Sorry to ask again, but what kind of data are you taking notes on? When I enter a trade, I write down the date, the pair, the direction, the position size, my USD risk, my entry, my exit, my stop loss. I post a picture, or I take a screenshot of my entry chart, what kind of setup it is, the reason for my entry if I want to expand on that. I write down any trade management throughout the trade. I write down my reason for exiting. I write down the result in terms of risk to reward and also in terms of USD. I post a screenshot of my exit chart. I note any emotion during the trade. I have a notes section for anything else in there. And I have follow-up if I like closed a trade early, etc., etc. Thanks to the bull market we had recently. Okay. Whatever you say, man. You know, we also had a, multiple. We had a 60% drop and a 56% drop throughout that time. And most people nuked their entire accounts. And I can actually tell you, he is probably more efficient in a ranging environment than a trending one. And so he was pretty much just milking the market when it was ranging before and after the bull run. But yeah, people made money during the bull run. He also did that all with 1% and 0.5% risk on trades, sometimes 1.5%. But not many people can do that. Most people who have made tons of exploded and hit crazy multiples were not just risking 1% on a trade. So I think you're talking crap about the wrong guy. But you can believe whatever you want to believe. And frankly, I don't really care. There you go. I just posted the list of stuff. Wardo. Sorry for the weird format. I copy and pasted it from Excel. All right. I think that's pretty much going to do it for this stream. On Thursday, we should have more specific setups for the rest of the week. But for right now, I'm mostly just being patient, waiting to see what happens. I risk 1 to 2% per trade, sometimes 3 if it's a higher conviction trade, but it kind of depends on what setup. And yes, he trades alts as well. All right. I think that's going to do it. If you're still here, appreciate you sticking around. And I will be going live again on Thursday, and hopefully we can cover some more specific setups. As always, I will do my best to keep you guys posted on Twitter if Bitcoin or Ethereum get near areas of interest for me, and then we can try and execute those together. And I feel like every time people ask, well, when it gets there, how do you know if you want to short or if you want to go long? And so me posting live when this is happening more often, I think will help you guys learn that type of execution. So, all right. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate the likes on the video, the subs, everything like that. Once again, if you want to check out Bybit, link in the description, and feel free to DM me if you have any questions. And I will talk to you guys all in the next stream.